Let's stay with the story and speak to EFF Treasurer General Omphile Maotwe, who's also a member of Parliament. Good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time. So, you know, when one listens to what has come out from that and what was said earlier on is around the logistics, the date is set, but the party not happy around the logistics. Any update in that regard?
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Bongiwe. Good evening to you. Good evening to the viewers at home. We haven't received any other update except what we've just heard now and what transpired earlier. We are not happy that Parliament continues to conduct its business virtually. We feel that they are not taking Parliament serious, and it's a matter that we've been raising as the EFF. As you may be aware, the dome is sitting there. We even questioned in the Joint Standing Committee of Financial Management of Parliament to say, you've hired chairs, you've hired tables, there's air conditioning units that are installed there, there's lavatories that are there, there's a full setup in terms of having a full house sitting of Parliament, and those ones are renting on a monthly basis, and they're just sitting idle. So that's fruitless and wasteful expenditure happening right at the head of legislature in the country. And that cannot be correct, because there's no reason, honestly, why we can't have this sitting, like many other sittings that we should be having physically in Parliament, because the dome is there. And so we feel that the ANC is really not, is downplaying this matter. I think they are running away from responsibility, but we'll keep on fighting so that we can give the people of South Africa what they voted for. They did not vote for the leaders to sit in air-conditioned offices. They voted for the leaders to be in Parliament. And again, Bongiwe, we've been advocating for the move of Parliament from Cape Town to Tshwane, because we've got the Tshwane as the capital of administration. Why is the legislature capital in Cape Town? We could have avoided this by having one city that has got both the administration and the legislature sitting in the same city, instead of going up and down, wasting money, wasting time, going there for question searching that lasts for 3 hours, and yet the whole ministry is flown there when they are coming from Pretoria, having ministers with 2 houses and all. So it's a whole lot. So I thought that with the banning of Parliament, we could have then used this opportunity to look at relocating Parliament to the city of Tshwane. And the ANC has refused to do that.
You have the view, when one listens to the proceedings earlier on, that says that you are in the middle of a campaign season and preparing for the election, and others saying that it makes it difficult for them to then be able to travel to Cape Town. So saying that a virtual sitting may not downplay your motion of no confidence. How do you respond to that?
That's precisely the point. Tshwane is in the center. You've got 5 provinces around Gauteng. You've got Free State, you've got Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Northwest. Northern Cape is just here also. KZN is actually 6 provinces. And you've got the coastal provinces like Eastern Cape, Western Cape. But if you look at Western Cape, it's on the outskirts. It's very far from everything. Like I said, all the head office of national departments are sitting here in Tshwane. And therefore, why should we always fly with taxpayers' money? The minister, because it doesn't come alone. He comes with a whole contingent of his office. But also, it's wrong for the reasoning to be we're in the middle of a campaign. We did not get voted as members of Parliament in the national elections to serve the people of South Africa as and when. So these elections that are upcoming are not national elections. So we still have a responsibility to do the duties of national leaders that they do. And again, it is the EFF that has said, let's synchronize the elections. Why every 3 years are we having elections in this country? Let's have one elections that deals with local government, provincial and national government. And in that way, we give our people full 5-year cycle of good service delivery to our people. So now service delivery is going to be halted, because we're all running to go on campaign so that we can campaign for local government elections. 2 years, 3 years later, in 2029, we're back there in the middle of the local government term. So it doesn't really make sense. And it's the EFF that have raised this, but the ANC continues to refuse even when the logic is there and it says points to the one direction that says, let's have one elections so that we all have full 5-year term of local government, of provincial government, and of national government, and we serve our people from the 3 spheres of government.
Omphile, what's going to happen, for example, because the Deputy Speaker is alive to the fact that the rules say that there must be a physical sitting as well as the Constitution, but she says that the whips seem to have agreed to something else. So of course, she says that there's going to now be almost like an agreement that is going to be workable for everybody. What happens if that particular agreement or decision that then gets made is not one that is going to be preferred by yourselves as you've brought this particular motion? What is going to be your next course of action?
So obviously we don't enjoy majority in Parliament. No party does. The ANC, they've got a higher number, but they don't have the requisite majority. And therefore, it tells you that we should, on a constant basis, engage one another. We'll continue to engage each other. We'll continue to speak logic and sense to all other political parties to say, let's come together. This is not just a small matter. Actually, for the past, I think it will be the first motion of no confidence against the Speaker, if my recollection is good. And it's on a matter of Phala, the matter that it's one of its kind. Also, it's the first in the country that was seized with the Section 89 Impeachment Committee that seeks to look into the conduct of the sitting president. So, therefore, you can't just take this matter very lightly. I think this ANC needs to come to a realization and stop their arrogance of thinking that they still enjoy the majority. Unfortunately, they don't. And therefore, it calls for all political parties to always engage on a constant basis. But be that as it may, Bongiwe, Mama Thoko Didiza is going to be removed as the Speaker on Wednesday.
How do you have the numbers?
We've consulted with political parties. If you're watching the impeachment committee that is currently established, you'll see that the ANC has lost all the debates and all the critical issues that comes from that committee. I can name quite a few of them, but in all of them, the ANC has lost. So even their own GNU members or partners, they don't agree with them in many instances, and we've proven it in the impeachment committee. So consultations are ongoing. We're debating and organizing ourselves through engaging other political parties. As I said to you, a coalition government requires constant engagement. I mean, things change at the last minute. Even the party that might not agree with you now, in the last minute, they can change their tune. 1 minute is a very long time in politics. Things can change. A minute before you do the voting. That's why you even see the ANC fumbling, even when we do voting in the impeachment committee, because in the middle of the debate, when they came with a mandate from their caucus, they can just get a message that says, no, abstain. Or even after voting, I mean, you've seen in the last instance where they voted and they now said, no, in the manner which we conducted voting, we could have done it differently. That's a politician trying to say, actually, the leaders don't agree with what we did and we want to change, but we know that the train has already left and therefore there's not much we can do. So we continue with the negotiations, we're humbling ourselves, speaking logic to our people to say, we can't allow the Speaker to do what she did. Now, she took a mandate, nobody but herself and her political party. And therefore, it doesn't matter even if we are in the GNU together. But wrong is wrong, and it must be dealt with, and she must be told that she did the wrong thing. She must protect Parliament. She must be impartial. She must not be biased. And that's what she has demonstrated, that she's got no capacity to run that Parliament fairly as it's enshrined in our Constitution. Now, so she failed in her obligation.
Pardon me. You speak about the impeachment committee. I'm out of time, but I can't let you go without asking you this, because the president is now objecting to the choice of Advocate Thandazani Madonsela as the evidence leader of the impeachment committee. And we saw the members of the ANC in that committee abstaining. And we've subsequently heard from the president why he has these apprehensions as far as Advocate Madonsela is concerned. What is the EFF's reaction?
Our reaction is very simple. The ANC is confused. It's exactly what I was saying to you earlier on, that they came with a mandate and that mandate changed while they were in the committee. It's very clear. President of the Republic, President Ramaphosa, does not fall from the air. He came to Parliament under the ticket of the ANC, having won seats in the National Assembly. On the first day of the sitting of the National Assembly, he was then elected to be the president of the country. And to this day, he remains the president of the country and the president of the ANC. The ANC has got members who are sitting in the impeachment committee. If I'm not mistaken, I think there are 9 or so. They've got the highest number of MPs. Now, you debate there in the committee. You talk to us, you try to sway us, you lobby us. Once you are defeated, you are defeated. You did not make your point and the political parties don't agree with you. Now, we've seen the SG of the ANC writing a letter saying that, okay, I take that you've already decided on this, but I'm bringing up this matter. By the way, the matters that he brought, including the matter that the president has brought to our attention, is the same thing that Advocate Madonsela declared. So when Parliament received the names, they approached all the names that were nominated. And this matter came up and the email was sent to Parliament to say, yes, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That does not conflict. Yeah. The issue that the president is raising of relieving Advocate Madonsela from JSC, he does that to everyone. So there's no bad blood between them. Even the advocate responded and said, no, it was not a bad thing. That's why even I heard from the minister before, alerting me that this is what's going to happen. They're going to be released. Everybody else gets released. Advocate Madonsela is not the first one to be released. All of them, they get released the same way that Advocate Madonsela was released. And therefore, there's no bad blood. There's nothing that the president is seeking to do except to frustrate the committee. The president cannot decide who must be the evidence leader of the committee that is looking into his conduct. And that's what he needs to accept. And including the ANC, they are defeated in the committee. They are defeated as a party. The president himself is defeated. His argument does not hold water. You must just accept that he's coming before Parliament to account to the people of South Africa what happened at Palapala Farm.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. EFF MP there and Treasurer General Omphile Maotwe.